Hey everybody, welcome to our live stream.
We're the Waterstreet Blues Band, and this is Talking About Live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. and all Wednesdays for the rest of your lives, whether you like it or not.
Here we go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob. I'm the guitar player in the Waterstreet Blues Band, and over there is.
I'm Sylvia. I play keys and squeeze. That's accordion. No.
And we have Fluffy. Fluffy just made an appearance.
Oh my goodness.
Did you give him a kiss? Give Paul a kiss.
He's
Give Paul
so
a kiss.
devoted to you.
Give Paul.
Aww. Thanks,
Very
Fluffy.
nice. Very nice, Fluffy. Well, I think it's time for a community shout out.
Oh, it's that time of day already.
Yeah.
All right.
And we like to give a shout out to a great live stream that's been happening every Saturday night in Facebook land. It's called Let's Make a Local Deal Waterloo Region. It's a game show with live contestants from 7 to 9. We're really happy because, we've never won a prize, so why are we happy? We're happy. We're happy because we're going to be on the show. We're going to be on the show this Saturday, along with other musicians and other comedians. I'd like to thank Jeff, who hosts the show, and Ray from Black Ball Comedy, as well as Waterloo Region Tourism, and all the local businesses who have been donating prizes to Let's Make a Local Deal Waterloo Region a really fun 2 hours in your schedule on a Saturday night.
You might even win something.
So tune in this Saturday,
7 o'clock?
February 20th, 7 o'clock. Be there.
Yes. Oh.
Ah, yes.
It's the professor.
It's the time of night that I really love. We get to give away a digital copy of our newest record, Talkin' About. We just wrapped the record in August, September of 2020. And so it's still fairly new. And so the way this contest works is I'm going to give you the question, and for the first person that can give me the answer in the comments, and I'm going to be able to read your comments, will win a free download of our new record, Talkin' About. It's absolutely priceless. So let's scribble the question on the blackboard. And this is a special show about lefties because, although people don't realize it, everybody in the Waterstreet Blues Band, Paul, Sylvia, and I, are all left-handed. Paul, unfortunately, got changed at birth, but
left on.
left on. That's right. And our guest tonight, Spencer MacKenzie, is also left-handed. So
you can't see him right now. Everybody, left on.
Everybody's left-handed.
Left on, Spencer too. You can't see
So
him right. He's like either.
there'll be a left-handed theme. So let's go back to the question, Fluffy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right. Tonight's question is: name one lefty blues guitarist who plays a right-handed guitar without flipping the strings. So in other words, they just take a standard right-handed guitar and they just flip it, and they make no other changes to the guitar. So if you can give me the name of one lefty blues guitarist who plays guitar in that way, we'll be able to send you out a free, let's see. Good guess. Jimi Hendrix does play left-handed, but he flipped the strings. He flipped the strings so he plays as if he were right-handed. So keep them coming. And if I see... okay, this is going to be a good one because people are going to have to put on their thinking caps. Well, we'll keep moving on to our next segment.
Sorry, you have to be told that.
We have a winner.
Oh,
we have
already?
a winner.
Already?
Yes, we have a winner. And it comes from Florida. Cindy and George correctly guessed Albert King. Now, Albert King was only
right.
one of many blues guitar players who played guitar in this fashion. Others included Otis Rush, Eddie the Chief Clearwater, Doyle Bramhall II, Lefty Diz. There's a number of folks who played guitar. And actually, Bob Geldof of the Boomtown Rats also plays a guitar in this fashion.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So we're not done.
So I think it's time for our vintage vinyl.
Vintage vinyl, all right. Oh, you do? Did you see?
Actually, this is my
Uh-oh.
personal collection. No.
No.
No, this is my. Okay, you come in later on. Elizabeth Cotton is a hero of mine. I had an opportunity to see her at the Winnipeg Folk Festival in the, I won't say what year I saw her in the Winnipeg Folk Festival, but she was born in the early 1900s.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what year.
She wrote the famous song Freight Train, and she played guitar well into her 20s, and then she stopped playing.
Well into her 20s. Did you hear that, Spencer?
Well into her 20s. Then she stopped playing. Then she stopped playing, and she took on work as a nanny, and she was a nanny for a very famous family, the Seeger family, which included Peggy Seeger, Mike Seeger, and also Pete Seeger. And then they basically brought her to the folk prominence when the folk revival came out in the 1960s, and they made her song Freight Train famous once again, and it's been covered by a ton of people, including Merle Travis and Lenny Breau. And she does play the guitar, just flipping a right-handed guitar upside down, but it's really unusual because she finger picks it. She plays a melody with her thumb, and she plays the bass line with her fingers.
Awesome.
The next one is a favorite of mine, Albert King, who was the correct guess in today's blues quiz.
George and Cindy won that.
That's right, and he plays a signature guitar, a Flying V. This one was specially made for him, so it's actually a left-handed guitar. Usually he played righties flipped upside down, but he played with the strings as if it was a right-handed player.
Okay.
And the other guitar player in the...
So if you don't play guitar, we have no idea.
Okay.
But okay.
The other guitar player on this cover is Stevie Ray Vaughan, and this is a great session that was taped in Hamilton, CHCH. And if you listen to this record, you can hear the reverence with which Stevie Ray Vaughan holds Albert King. And there's actually a point in that recording where Albert King basically passes the torch back to Stevie. It's a really beautiful moment. So if you grab the record, it's a great record, but if you can hear history being made.
Okay.
What's the next one? Otis Rush. Otis Rush, great player, great left-handed player. He had the most amazing vibrato in the world. He would bend a string, hold it, and it would just shake, and it would be incredible. Fabulous player. And Dick Dale. Unfortunately, I don't think that's even his picture because he's not playing left-handed. But Dick Dale is an amazing left-handed guitar player. Also a surfer, and his songs are all over the soundtrack for the movie Pulp Fiction.
Ooh. Okay, that's that sound.
Barbara Lynn. Barbara Lynn is representing women left-handed players, a great R&B singer. It's called with a big hit, You'll Lose a Good Thing. And I think we have a little video of Barbara Lynn playing that particular song on a lovely left-handed Telecaster.
Let's see if that's up here. Ooh, that's so relaxing watching that record. Oh, there we go.
Here she comes. Barbara Lynn is still with us, thank goodness, and still playing. So soulful.
Mm.
Well, that's great. Do we have any more records in the collections, Fluffy?
Wow, I think so. Oh, so Paul has to lean. You have to lean into your mic there. There you go. Now we can. No, there was just completely. Fluffy's trying to get you to lean into the mic there. Where are we back into? Oh, there it is.
Okay. The next one, you know a lot about this guy, Paul.
Oh, finally we're into Paul's question. All right, hence the unplugged. Right. What the?
And these must be your records, Paul.
What? He's not left-handed.
That's Nala Nav.
Okay. Oris. Yes.
Gnick Bibi.
Huh.
That's just wrong seeing Hendrix. It's wrong seeing Hendrix right-handed. That shouldn't be, that's wrong on every level. You see the lightning? That lightning shouldn't be striking his guitar. It should be striking you for putting that album up.
All right, that's pretty good. Is that it? Oh, no, there's one more special one there.
A really famous left-handed guitar player and our guest, Spencer MacKenzie, Infected with the Blues.
Hey, Spencer.
That's a really great title for what we're all going through right now. I don't know. We'll have to ask Spencer if there was any, he maybe should have waited to use that title until just now. Oh.
We can hear him from the green room there. Hey?
Well, Paul, do you want to play a tune?
All right.
You, babe, you're such an aphrodisiac. I'd sell my Cadillac for you, babe. I'd say goodbye to rock and roll for you, babe. I might even trade my soul for you, baby. You're such an aphrodisiac. I'd sell my Cadillac for you, babe. I stay up almost every night for you, babe. When you're not there, I wanna pray for you, baby. Ooh, you're such an aphrodisiac. You know I'd sell my Cadillac for you, baby.
That was awesome, Paul. I'm glad we actually figured out our sound issues before you played that tune. Apparently, you were in the cone of silence for a little while.
Okay.
We'll have to discipline Fluffy after the show.
And I know Rob and I are actually in the same part of the world. Paul's way over there, another part of Ontario. Spencer's way over there, in another part of Ontario. Actually, not too far. And Rob and I, well, Rob's way on the other side of the house. So we get to play together. We're going to do a tune, Samantha Fish tune that we covered, and it's actually on our second album. So we did one from our latest album. I think so, yeah. 12 out to Reno, 10 out to the next show. 12 out to Reno, 10 out to the next show. Got mouths to feed, my words to keep, my organs on the rise to go. Wheels are on in a wind, watching me blow. Wheels are on in a wind, watching me blow. I got mouths to feed, my words to keep, I'm on the run with miles to go. Yeah. Police don't see me now, gas pedal stuck to the floor. I said, police don't see me now, gas pedal stuck to that floor. He's on my tail, I can't make bed, I'm on the run with miles to go. Rising, staring back at me, I'll make it on my own. Rising, staring back at me, I'll make it on my own. I got mouths to feed, my words to keep, I'm on the run with miles to go. I got mouths to feed, my words to keep, I'm on the run with miles to go. I got mouths to feed, my words to keep, I'm on the run with miles to go. Oh, I gotta go. Oh.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was an excellent effort.
That was a good- that was a
Crowd
good-
goes semi-wild.
It goes semi-wild.
Nice try, guys.
Thank you. We had a little bit of a sound issue at the front end. I think it's because Paul's agent hadn't received the money that we owed him, and therefore he withdrew the services, his audio services, until about minute 10 in the show.
We have what's called a kill switch. When, money doesn't flow. If the cash doesn't flow, the kill switch goes on. And I do the show, but you just can't hear it, which is the only good part of it.
Well, I think it's now's the time to bring on our guest, and we're super, super stoked to have.
We got the sound issues.
Yeah, we got the sound issue sorted out, but we're really super, super stoked that we've got Spencer MacKenzie, a next generation blues artist, a singer, a songwriter, a fabulous performer, and a significant award winner. I'll just read a few of the awards that Spencer's already taken home in just a few years. Blues Artist of the Year, 2017 Niagara Music Awards. New Artist of the Year, 2016 Maple Blues Awards. He was third place in the International Songwriting Competition in 2016 for his tune "Devil Under Her Skin." He won the Toronto Blues Society Talent Search in 2016. And he was a finalist in the 2017 International Songwriting Competition for his tune "Move On Down the Track." So, Fluffy, can you go to the green room and see if you can find Spencer? And in the meantime, we're going to play a clip of a performance that he did recently.
Right.
Can't hug your money, said you can't buy the sky, yeah. Sorry to offend you, why you sit here and deny, yeah. Oh, but you can't hug your money, ooh, can't buy the sky.
And here we have, live and in person, Spencer. Thanks and welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
So glad you could join us. Spencer, that was a really cool video, and I loved when you shifted from the to your bridge pickup at the end, where you just got some gnarly tone. That was a really nice moment.
Trying to sound like Albert King there.
Very much so.
I do say so. Yeah, thank you.
Where was that video taken?
So that video was taken not too long ago at the Performing Arts Center in St. Catharines. They've been doing a great series where they're taking a bunch of talent from around the region and broadcasting it live from there. And so me and my folks in my band were thankful enough to do it. It was I'm trying to guess how long ago that was, but I can't exactly put my finger on it.
Was it done?
What is time?
Was it done during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was done during the pandemic. It wasn't during lockdown. I could tell you that. Like I forgot what zone we were in during that time.
But there was no audience. There was no you played.
No,
you played, you
no
played
audience. We played to that theater. That was it was sound crew and the MC, and that was it.
Well, it's great energy. It's
amazing
just like
energy.
The crowd was there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just great to play in that venue and with my fabulous band again. Mm-hmm. You know, at first I was a bit skeptical and like, there's gonna be no audience members, but like, it was just a fun time.
Well, you know, when players get to play again with their band members and feel the air move from a bass drum and a bass amp, I hate to say this, audience, it may not matter if there's an audience there because the band's going to be so stoked about being able to play with other musicians
For one time.
in the same room.
For one time.
Oh, yeah, it was quite the feeling for sure.
Now you've been really busy in the last little while. I hear you might be putting together some tracks for a new record.
Yes, we're putting together some things for a new album that's planned to come out later this year. Pushed back due to the pandemic, but we're very excited, and we're working on it right now, and we've never been happier. It's a really exciting time. Although we're not playing live, we're still thankfully able to work on this new album.
And is it your regular band, or is it a different configuration of players than normal?
There's all of my albums are usually a different configuration. And as far as even recording it goes, I'm working with a very talented producer, Ross Hayes Catrillo, RHC Music for short. And so that's been a wonderful experience as well.
Well, make sure you let us know when that album's available, and we'll plug it nonstop on this show.
Always appreciated, man. Yeah,
we're looking forward to it. How would you like to play us a song?
I would love to, but before I do, I just wanted to mention I have some people with me.
Oh,
look at
yes,
that.
in vinyl. All right, Albert
Can
and
you hold that
Stevie.
up again? That's the real
All
deal.
right.
Good deal.
The real deal. That's a great record.
Oh yeah, it was actually one of the first ones I got.
Isn't that
yeah,
great?
I was like, when you guys saw that, I was like scrambling around my room trying to find it.
Good for you. That was
So
amazing.
I'll introduce you there, Spencer. So, folks out, our Water Peeps friends, this is Spencer MacKenzie, and we're really proud to have him on the show, and he's going to play a tune for us.
Yes.
Is this a new tune? One of the ones that might be on the new record?
I'm gonna start with one that's on my record now,
Yep.
Cold November,
Yep.
and then maybe near the end, get a
Okay.
sneak peek of what's coming.
All
Ooh,
right.
can hardly wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you stick around. This one first is called Fine Place to Start. I hope you guys enjoy it. Ooh, come here, baby. Come over, break my heart. Come here, baby. Come over, break my heart. If I'm gonna have the blues, you'll be a fine place to start. Got such a pretty face, curves in the right place. Laugh when I talk, wiggle when you walk. Oh, come here, baby. Come over, break my heart. If I'm gonna have the blues, oh, be a fine place to start. All right. Challenge an emotional mess, socially damaged. You give me cardiac arrest. Better come here, baby. Oh, come over, break my heart. Oh, yeah. If I'm gonna have the blues, oh, Yeah. Oh, now if I'm gonna have the blues, oh, what am I to do? You be a fine, yes, you be a fine. You be a fine place to start, honey.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
you can now see why this young man has won so many awards so far. Amazing player. Great tune, Spencer.
Thank you, guys.
We're in good hands with this next generation of blues players.
That's right.
And some left hands.
That's right. Absolutely. Left on. Spencer, you've obviously reached a pretty high degree of success early on. What actually flipped the switch for you? What caused you to get really turned on to music, first of all, and secondly, the blues?
So it's a bit of a story. I can say that I grew up in a musical household, although my parents were are not musicians. They would be playing music in the house constantly, even like from when I was 3 years old, and I picked up a guitar at 5. And I gotta thank my dad because he played a lot of things like, Beatles, Stones, and lots of blues, like Stevie Ray especially. And it was not until I got into my early teens that I started studying seriously with a guy named Elton Lammy. And I really didn't know where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do. But, sorry, I just got out there for a second.
That's all right.
I didn't know where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do, but he suggested some Stevie Ray Vaughan after just hearing me play what I knew up to that point. And then when I got home after my first guitar lesson with him, I was like, holy crap, I know who Stevie Ray Vaughan is. And it all lined up, probably from when I was around 12 or 13. And ever since then, I really started delving extremely deeply into this passion.
What a great story. That is a good one.
That is a really cool story. So Stevie was your North Star then. He was the guy who really turned you on to it. Were there other guitar heroes you had early on other than Stevie?
Oh, especially I would say like once I got started, really delving into blues, like I can go on and on. But if I had to pick a few early guitar players, like when I was really first starting out, definitely B.B. King, 100%. I have another B.B. King vinyl in here. It's over there. And Jimi Hendrix. I don't know if you can see that behind me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Electric Ladyland.
Yeah.
Let's see that
definitely,
again so everybody at home can see it. See over your
yeah.
shoulder there. Look at that. Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, you've got, wow, that's quite a player there too. That record player is pretty vintage. Nice.
If anyone has any records they're looking to get rid of.
Rob has thousands.
No, I don't have
but-
thousands.
Did you say Rob has thousands, Paul?
So once you started playing, was it hard to find players to play the blues with, or did you find it was really older players who were playing the blues?
You know what? It was a combination of both. I definitely one of the, like when I first started, there was some younger people I played with, just like, and it wasn't necessarily blues, but it was just getting to play music.
Yep.
That was important. Like I didn't have music in high school or anything like that, so it was all finding it yourself. But I would definitely say that going to open jams and things like that, and I could thank Donley's and Thorold or the Kerrigan Arms or the Corktown, they had a jam. Just going in and playing with those older guys and older players was like definitely a huge step. So yeah, a lot of playing with people older, people going, are you even allowed to be in here?
Yeah.
Well,
Like an hour on stage is worth
Oh yeah, an hour on stage is definitely worth 6 hours of lessons. It really kicks you in the butt.
Yeah.
Spencer, I just want to go down the rabbit hole with you a little bit. You and I are both left-handed, and you and I have gone through the same experience. Yes, the same experience of going into a music store and seeing what?
Not a lot of lefty selection.
And when you try a guitar out, do you pick the right-handed guitar model you kind of like and flip it upside down and try to get some sound out of it?
Sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it enough times where I could probably pull off like a blues and E.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Me
maybe
too.
a slow blues, you know.
Yeah.
But I've definitely done that before. The only place that I didn't really have to do that was I was fortunate to go to the Gibson factory in Memphis, and they had actually a great selection of left-handed guitars. Just
Wow.
because I assume they're right there, right? It's not like they got to order them; they're just in the factory. So, yeah, there was, I think there was like 3 ES335s.
Yeah.
There were like 2 Les Pauls, a couple acoustics, but even then, that room had like well over 100 guitars in it. And there's probably like 10 left-handed.
Well, put this guitar store on your list of places to go. It's Southpaw Guitars in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, it's kind of my dream.
Yes, Sylvie and I went there one summer, and I didn't buy anything. I can't believe that I walked out of the store, but it was because I think it was overwhelming walking into a store, and I didn't even know where to start because there were just hundreds of guitars that I could actually play.
You almost need to have a consultation.
I need the therapy after.
Therapy, yeah.
Yeah, because we're not used to it, right?
No.
Like all of our lives, it's just not getting to play a lot of guitars. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Southpaw has a lot of vintage lefty stuff too.
They have some, but they have a huge selection of Gibsons, and Gretches, which was incredible just to be able to play that many great guitars. So,
Well, we
yeah.
had enough time. Diane and I had enough time to go for lunch. So.
Yeah, as I had my shopping experience.
Yeah.
Now the other thing,
And dinner.
yeah,
Yeah, you could've.
the other thing about being a lefty is when you go to a jam, if you don't bring a guitar, you're cooked.
Yeah. I always keep a telly in the back because even if it's like -5 degrees out, that thing could have frost on it and still be in tune. So
There you go.
wherever I go, I always
Emergency
keep a
telly.
guitar.
Yeah,
Emergency telly.
emergency telly.
Yes.
Yeah, you always have to have an emergency telly. Well, Paul.
Yeah, you're from Niagara Falls or from the Niagara area, right?
Yes, I am. Specifically Fort Erie.
Oh wow! So I'm from St. Catharines, so you know the music scene there.
Hey,
You
there you
mentioned Donnelly's earlier, so maybe could you tell us a little bit about your perception of the music scene in the Niagara region and some of your haunts and some of the acts that you've come across over the years that have influenced you?
I would definitely say right where I am, I'm in a little town called Ridgeway. That's like part of Fort Erie, and there's actually some great music there, especially in the summertime, and some great venues. And I was able to play with my mentors growing up in those places. A few restaurants like the Crystal Chandelier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Great spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an old bar that's not there anymore called the Paddy Wagon.
Oh, yeah.
There, South Coast, I played a number of times just acoustically, but as I go up the QEW, for me, I would definitely say that the closest thing to me that was the most influential in Thorold was Donnelly's Pub. That was one of the first open jams I went to.
Yeah.
And the musicians there, Brant Parker's band, really kind of took me, and especially Brant Parker himself, took me under their wing, and I would go every Wednesday and jam. And it was quite the environment, like to show up a kid with braces and then sing some B.B. King songs and they really took not only the band but the people there, like the owner Joe. He's great, and the staff and everyone there. They're just so connected through the music. It's not just a Wednesday night jam. It's also the people who come out. It's like a family.
Oh,
So Donley's is pretty close to my heart, saying that. And there's a number of venues, but when you talk about starting up in the music scene in Niagara, Thorold, Donley's for sure. Seneca Theatre is another great place I've gone to play before with the lovely Jack DeKaiser. It's another great venue. There are a few, but definitely I would say, you drive up the QEW for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and people are like, oh man, isn't it such a drag? You play in Hamilton, you end at midnight. You're not going to get home till like 1:30 too, but it's always
Niagara. The whole Niagara area is a really, it's underrated. It's incredible for music and for food.
Yeah, it is underrated.
It's really is it's a showtown, really. All the entire thing, all the way from the casinos up. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of activity, and there's a lot of culture. And you're right. These things are like communities. It's like it's a really bound together community, especially the blues community. And if you know Kitchener, like you do probably, we're a part of that as well. It's really heartwarming.
I'd like to give because I'm a festival guy, I'd like to give a big shout out to Bob Liddycoat and the folks who run the Canal Bank Shuffle in Thorold. They do a tremendous job of putting that festival together. And like you, Spencer, Joe and Kathy and all the folks at Donnelly's have welcomed us. We played
great
Donnelly's
patio to play on
many times.
Oh yeah.
And they are such warm people, and the food's great. So our listening audience, if you're going to Niagara, don't go to Niagara Falls. Go to Thorold and go to Donnelly's. You especially on a Wednesday night, you will not regret it. It's a wonderful, wonderful time.
Oh yeah, and like they do Wednesday nights for the jams, and then Saturday afternoon matinee. Well, at least prior to COVID-19.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as soon as that stuff's out of the way, it's gonna be
Rockin'.
booming.
Yeah, and they have
And,
a beautiful patio, so the outdoor possibilities will open up first.
It's like you're in Italy on their patio. It's so beautiful.
One of my favorite experiences at Donnelly's that's not me playing there is going there on Father's Day, because Joe oftentimes will cook ribs and he'll smoke them.
Yes.
And it's my dad always he'll say, Joe, you should charge people just to smell. It's like it smells so good, because he'll smoke it outside.
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Donnelly's is truly a wonderful spot.
Yeah, it's really we were there for the Sunday afternoon, and I think we had seen also Maureen Brown there. Just everybody who plays, that it feels like family when you go there. The audience, the folks who are playing. You also, I think, had mentioned earlier that you're involved in the music program at Mohawk as well.
Yes.
How's that
Currently.
going?
Sorry.
How's that going?
It's a bit tough through Skype and Zoom sometimes,
Right.
but it's going great. Although this year it's had to be mainly online.
Right.
It's given me actually a lot of time to study in the comfort of my own home. Oftentimes when I'd be at the college, I'd have a 2-hour break. You'd be socializing a lot, and you'd go to the cafeteria, get some lunch, and then before you know it, your 2 hours is gone. And I like to get a lot of work done. And so when I'm at home, I go upstairs, get a coffee, come back down, and get to bang out some work. So it's given me a lot of time to actually take the concepts that I'm learning about and apply them right from this seat.
Well, that's a silver lining for sure. I mean, I'm sure that it's something people didn't realize, that there a lot of socializing goes on at college. But you heard it here. That's what happens.
Really? I never heard of that before.
Did you know? I did. Apparently, that's so. You're getting. At least that's one of the benefits of being able to focus like that. That's awesome. And how about does it give you a chance to teach that way too? I think you used to have some students. So.
Yes, I do have some students actually online.
Also online,
and
of course.
Yeah. If anyone is ever interested in lessons online, or even once this lockdown and stuff is over,
there we go.
in person, please go to my website. Yeah, right up there. Right up there.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's leaving. No.
Oh no, come back.
I just want to give some shout outs to some people who are making great comments. So, hey, Bob, good to see you from Thorold. Richard and Sandra, I suspect those are relatives of yours, Spencer.
Hi.
And there's a number of others who've gone below the fold. So, but Brett, hey Brett, how you doing? Johnny Sauter, hey Johnny, thanks for tuning in. Johnny drums with the Waterstreet Blues Band, so it's good to see Johnny's name.
That's wonderful.
So in addition to doing lessons, you've got you've got a couple of albums under your belt, and your most recent one that's been released is, tell us about Cold November.
So Cold November, like you said, most recent release. That's a really important album. Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Looks all cold. It is actually a great contrast from my first album, because the first album I released Infected with the Blues, the other left-handed kid on the it only has 3 originals on it, and those originals are great, but this album opened up a lot of new original material. I believe there's 8 original songs and 2 covers.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got to show kudos to Robert Gray on one of the covers and Gary Clark Jr. On the other one, and a great
choices.
Yeah, and as I just played there, Fine Place to Start, that's the first track on it, and I love playing it solo, but if you ever get a chance to listen to it, it's filled with great players and a horn section.
And again, that's SpencerMacKenzie.ca.
Now, are the players in that record, are they all Niagara folks?
On that record specifically, they're mainly from the Hamilton-ish, Toronto-ish area, if I can go quickly. At least just like the rhythm and the bass that we recorded in the studio that day.
Yeah.
And we got Sean O'Grady on drums.
Great player.
From Hamilton.
Yeah.
Al Duffy on bass.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah.
Great guy. Myself, Brant Parker on guitar.
Okay, yeah.
On secondary guitar.
Yeah.
I would say. And then Miles Evans on keys, and he's from Waterdown, and he's been in my band since day one. I really have to give kudos to him.
Well, and where's the best place where people can pick up that record?
Right. Yeah.
Well, you can go on my website as it's moving along the banner, there it is. No, SpencerMacKenzie.ca to get a physical copy right now. Or if you just want to listen to it quick, you could also go to the website, or you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music digitally.
Yeah.
You can go there or pick up a copy. Or when shows come back, you come right up to me, and I'll sign it, and we'll have a great time.
Now, is it available in CD? Did you do it? Are you thinking of? Did you do vinyl with it?
I didn't do vinyl, but with this new album that's going to come out, that's titled "Preach to My Soul," officially now, because we're in the process of still making all this happen. I believe we're going to do vinyl for that down the road.
Well, that'd be
very
good.
a fancy stereo now. You could play.
Yeah. You need vinyl.
You need
1,000 copies of your own record and play it over and over again. Open them all and play them all.
and then they'll be personally played
That's right.
by myself.
That's a good. Angle.
Previously enjoyed by Spencer MacKenzie.
Now, Spencer, I read somewhere that you had Eddie Kramer mixing a track. Was it off of Cold November? How did that happen?
Yeah, it was the last tune, Next Door Neighbor Blues. The short story of that is my producer at the time, Dean Malton, who's a great friend and mentor of mine, had a connection to get a hold of Eddie.
Maybe explain who Eddie Kramer is, because probably not everybody knows who he is.
So see that record?
Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix and a lot of other records. Eddie has mixed, engineered, or produced a lot of great music, especially Jimi Hendrix. And just all around such a great talent. Like his producer, engineer, or mixer credit is on the liner notes of a lot of great albums. And he was really a great guy to talk to. Such a wonderful idol and a great guy, especially coming up on the scene. And we just got to sit with him on the final day. He was mixing, and we were talking about Jimi Hendrix, and he was showing me some cool pictures and really, really cool stuff. And so it was a real treat. And I got to work with him through a connection through my producer on that project, Dean Malton. And Dean is out of Ridgeway as well.
Oh, it's
in
a
the
hometown
Niagara region, very talented. And yeah, I couldn't have made any of that record possible without him. And there was a lot of moving parts to that record. They say it takes a village.
Well, it's a great record. So everybody who's listening to the show, go download it, contact Spencer and grab it. Spencer, do you want to play another tune?
Do I?
Do you?
Do I? Yeah, of course. Let me make sure my guitar's at the right volume here. That feels good. This next tune I'm going to play is a tune that's going to be coming out on the new album that's going to be released later this year. This song is entitled Can't Do Right. I hope you guys enjoy it. Just woke up, lying in my bed, thinking where I went wrong or what I should have said. So if you don't agree that what I say is true, stop what you're doing and we'll settle who's who. It's out of sight. You can't put up a fight. We bicker back and forth, and when you're wrong, babe, that means I'm right. And just woke up from a strange dream. You try to tell me what it all means. And if we're gonna argue, don't waste your breath. Gonna turn this small affair into a huge mess. It's out of sight. Can't put up a fight. We bicker back and forth, and when you're wrong, baby, it means I'm right, yeah. All right. And just woke up from a strange dream. You try to tell me, honey, what it all means. Then when I look out the front door, you're ringing your key. We're lying on the floor. It's out of sight. Oh, yeah. Can't put up a fight.
We bicker back and forth, but all in all, I thought it was alright. No, I thought it was alright. Let me tell you now. Back and forth, and when you're wrong, baby, I said when you're wrong, baby, that means I'm right. Oh,
All right, all right, all right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
When you're wrong, that means I'm right.
Yeah, that song is called Can't Do Right, coming out on the album Preach to My Soul later
That's
this
a
year.
great hook.
Nice.
That's a fabulous hook.
Thank you.
Spencer, a lot of people are commenting. My sister from Winnipeg loves you. She wants to adopt you. She actually
I love her too.
She actually wants to get rid of me and replace me with you. So Kenny Arnold, Mary Passero, lots of people saying hi. Sydney, I'm not going to be able to get to all the names. Daryl, there's lots of claps, lots of hearts, lots of people loving your performance and just loving to hear a little bit more about you, a little bit about your backstory. One thing we didn't
wanna
get.
say
Enjoyed
thank you.
listening to you acoustically too. You know, I've listened to you with the full enchilada many times, but listening to you play acoustically, you've got a great texture, great.
Thank you
vocal
very
texture.
much. It's all about soul, you know. Even through a Facebook Live, hopefully we can still get that out. And
No, you feel it, man. I'm like an empty shell, but you feel it.
thank you, man. I'm sorry. I just want to say before you go any further, thank you to all those people that are liking, commenting, clapping virtually.
Hearting.
Yeah, there's lots of them, Spencer. You got a big fan club out there. One thing we didn't talk about, you play a left-handed Vox amp, apparently.
What?
All the controls were especially made backwards, correct?
Yes, yeah. Actually, everything in this room is backwards.
Yeah, well, that as it should be, as it should be. Well, Spencer, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been we were honored that you agreed to be on, and but your lawyers negotiated a very tough rider, and I think Paul's going to walk you through the results of that tough negotiation.
Yeah, well, this one took a long time, and we worked late into the night. There was a lot of faxing going on back and forth, like speed faxing. And
Like you said, the kill switch.
yeah, you have a crack team, man. I don't know. I guess it's the record company or whoever it is. I'm not sure, but you had a pretty. It was about left-handed thing because you had a pretty tall order in terms of your contract. You wanted. Could you put the thing on? We have a picture of it. We sourced one. You wanted a 1964 E-Type 4.2 liter V12 coupe, right-hand drive because you're left-handed. You said you like to shift with your left hand. You've always had to shift with your right hand. It's been
That's
horrible.
pretty standard.
Yeah. So and the problem is there were a few available. The problem is you wanted the blue smoke or it was nothing. And there's only 3 in the world. We couldn't afford that. So instead, Spencer, I apologize, but we worked with our budget. Let's go to the stuff that we got you. We got you a left-handed stapler, including left-handed staples. Now, this is very versatile. Yeah, next one. We got you a left-handed, previously enjoyed left-handed potty putter. And,
I didn't know you were a golfer.
This is custom made. This is handmade, actually. And it's anyway, it's previously enjoyed though.
That's important.
It's a note. It's
Discount.
important to note.
The lawyers were
previous
very
enjoyment
specific
of
about
the
that.
potty potter. Okay, next. There's another one too. Oh, and this one was hard to find, but we did find a left-handed doorknob.
Thank you for bringing those guys into my home to install those.
Spencer, you're a bright light, man. We're in good hands with this new generation of blues players, and you're just a delightful person, and you're very generous, and it's been really fun having you on the show. Thank you.
That warms my heart, guys. Thank you for doing this during these times. It's you guys that I look forward to seeing and playing for. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
we don't want to do this. We do this because of the government. Certain requirements.
certain parole check-ins.
That we can't talk about. We can't talk about. Paul, you're never supposed to mention that, okay?
They already know too much.
Yeah, already know.
They're listening right now. They're all listening.
They are.
You know, this
They're all
is not
listening.
very
They're
private.
watching.
No, it's not private. Spencer, thank you very much, and we'd love to have you back if you've got some time. Maybe
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Sure, let's do this again tomorrow. When your record comes out, for sure, give us a heads up, and we'll give a big shout out and big promo for it. So we'll hope to have you back, and hope to see you live soon.
Yes, that's wonderful, guys. Same to you. Thank you again.
Okay, thanks,
Be well,
Spencer.
Spencer. Take care.
And Spencer, you're gonna go out on a on one of your videos. Can you set it up for us? It was an
Oh,
outdoor
yes.
performance.
A little outro. So this video was taken not too long ago. I'd say in 2019 at the Tremblant International Blues Festival. That was one of the greater performances that I've had the pleasure of playing. And oh, sorry, I lagged out a bit there. You can still hear me though.
Yep.
If you ever get the chance to go to Mont Tremblant in the summertime, especially when all this COVID stuff is over, and check out that blues festival, it is like no other. And this little clip just goes to show you how involved the audience is and how great of a time it is. I'm playing a song here called Move On the Track, which you mentioned earlier about the songwriting runner-up thing there, the International Songwriting Challenge. And it's one of our favorite songs to play, and the crowd really digs it. And this just goes to show what you'll be in for once live music comes back.
Thanks, Spencer.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Just a clip here.
All right, all right. Oh, chicken picking. Where'd he go? Here he comes. All right.
It's not over yet.
Shout out to my wonderful band.
All right. Looks like a party Brian Slack puts on up there.
I'd really like to give a wonderful shout out to Matt Burns, Justine Fisher, and Miles Evans on that one.
Great band, great
great
sound, great sound. So when we can all see live music again, make sure you see Spencer McKenzie's band live.
What a great festival.
Well, it's been so much fun tonight. It's been a really fun show. We were really honored to have Spencer McKenzie with us. Paul, I'm Rob. I'm the guitar player in the Waterstreet Blues Band, and we're going to start over.
Oh, are we? Are we starting over? I'm Sylvia. I play keys and squeeze. That's accordion.
And I'm Paul, and I play bass guitar, and I'm a stapler technician, left-handed stapler technician.
That's good.
We're doing all this because this is actually the audio that was in the first part of the show that
That's right.
we somehow glitched out on.
But we can say who our guest next week is.
Okay,
we're
we can
really
do that.
we're really stoked about this week's guest, and next week's guest we're going to be featuring blues icon Jack DeKaiser. Jack DeKaiser will be on our show, and so please join us next Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Facebook or YouTube.
You definitely don't want to miss that one.
All right, yes, Spencer. And I think you've actually played with Jack also.
So the show next week, you heard it here, folks, first, has the Spencer McKenzie seal of approval. So join us next week. I think it's time to pack up. I think we're done. I think we're over time by a couple minutes.
We are. It's probably
Thanks.
time for us to go.
Is it time for us
Way
to go?
over time.
Way over
Way
time.
over time.
The government's not going to be happy.
I'm just talking about.
No, yep.
Just leave that for a little rabbit. Let's get it packed up.
Yeah, it's time to load up. The gig's over. Paul, do you always have your children with you at every gig? There's laws about that.
When you're moving that kind of volume of equipment from one part to the other, Rob, it needs supervision. It's got to be just someone who's watching the whole operation.
Fluffy. We're the Waterstreet Blues Band, and you've been watching Talking About Live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and join us next week when we'll be featuring our special guest, Jack DeKaiser. Good night, Paul.
Good night.
Good night, Rob.
Good night.
Good night, Spencer.
Good night, Spencer.
Thank you. Good night. Drive safely.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so
Thanks for
much for
joining us.
spending time with us.